Yes.
Okay. For this video, we decided to take pictures from the Women Against Feminism Tumblr and have people give their opinions and whether or not they agreed. And we're just going to read a few of them. And these are women who feel that they don't need feminism because, for various reasons, and they explain why they don't need feminism and why they don't believe in it. So I'll start with mine. The first one was, I don't need feminism because getting drunk at a party and having sex with a stranger is just irresponsibility, not rape. And the second one would be, I don't need modern feminism because it's shameful to suggest women in the United States are oppressed when there's actual oppression happening in other parts of the world.
And mine goes on to say, I don't need feminism because I'm not oppressed, I'm not a victim. I don't need a movement's help. If it was gender neutral, there would be no fem, and I heart the D.
So this one says, I don't need feminism because equality of opportunity already exists. And then my second one says, I don't need feminism because I am heterosexual and so a world without men would suck. So we're going to go around and ask people what they think of these.
I think this picture is kind of sad because it doesn't really show that she understands what's going on, because, you know, there may be equality where she lives, but in so many parts of the world there are women who are forced into marriage, forced into the sex slave trade, so many things that aren't okay. Mm-hmm. And so I think that even if you live in an area where, you know, there is equal opportunity, you need to push for women in other areas to be able to have the same opportunities that you do.
Definitely. Do you agree with the picture, disagree? What do you think of it?
I would have to disagree with this because what she's saying is something that's not exactly true. You don't, just because you support feminism doesn't mean you're oppressed. If anything, I feel like it helps your cause a lot more. We still have a job market where women do get paid less and we do get treated a lot differently than men still. So the fact that she says that she doesn't need any movements either is kind of like, I feel like she's a little bit ignorant as far as feminism goes. And the fact, can I talk about the last part? Yeah. Let's just talk about that last part here. Like, you can be a feminist and like dick. Is that okay to say?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I'm just saying that having feminism makes you more aware of the things that are going around you, the things that are going on around you, and it makes you more aware of the fact that these things do happen and you're not kind of shutting them out from reality. So with this picture, she states that she doesn't need feminism because she's heterosexual and a world without men would suck. So with this, I find it, as well as that one, very ignorant, because just because you're heterosexual doesn't mean you can't be a feminist. You don't have to be freaking gay to be a feminist. That makes no sense to me. You are just standing up for something that all women should actually stand up for.
Definitely.
And as a girl, I feel like you should know what happens and stand up for yourself instead of thinking this. Like, it's terrible. And just because you're a feminist doesn't mean that all of a sudden men are gone from the world.
So, this picture, I don't need feminism because getting drunk at a party and having sex with a stranger is just irresponsibility, not rape. How do you feel about this woman using this quote to justify anti-feminism?
I mean, rape's like a really touchy topic, so to go in and like say like, oh, like I got drunk at a party and, you know, it was just irresponsible of me, like it wasn't rape, it's kind of justifying like I'm not helpless, like it was under my own actions that I did it, and like I don't need feminism to justify that, like I'll take full responsibility for what I did, which is irresponsible.
The picture's basically a woman saying she doesn't believe in she doesn't need feminism because it's saying women in the U.S. are oppressed when there's people in the other parts of the world that are actually oppressed. And I believe in part that yes, other people are oppressed, but just as much so that women are oppressed in America as they are, because they're having their rights and equality taken away from them.
Talk about how she's like not a victim and that she can do everything herself, and that if it was truly gender neutral, that there wouldn't be like a feminine part in front of it. And I kind of agree, but at the same time, I think she's kind of going over the top.
What do you agree about?
I agree that there needs to be, I mean, if you want an equal thing, it should be like an equal movement. It shouldn't be just for women. But at the same time, I understand that in essence it's a women's problem. Women are the ones that are going to really push for it. But at the same time, I think that sometimes feminism taken out of context may be bigger than it really is. And unfortunately, like a lot of times when you think feminist, like you're only thinking about like the super feminist part. The radicals, because that's going to be the face of anything. But that's for anything. Right. So, and then like the comment at the bottom, the whole I heard the D thing is like a little just over the top. Like, come on. Yeah. It's not, feminism isn't anti-men necessarily. It's just the whole radical part is like, that's usually like their message.
Right on.
Okay. So do you agree with this picture? Or am I not?
It's a little odd because usually the thing that it's reading is usually from a male perspective, which means that like rape happens, it's not their fault, they were asking for it. So it's a little odd. And especially when they're talking about feminism, if everyone wants to be the same, I think censoring is a little unnecessary. Not to sound like a creep or anything, but definitely if everyone wants to be equal and have feminism, then there shouldn't be censorship. Everyone should be equal.
So when you see women who think these things, how does that make you feel as a woman?
I feel, I'm not mad at them. I feel like they're just more ignorant and they don't understand. And I feel like if someone were to sit down with them and tell them, listen, this is what's going on with the world, this is what's going on here, this is what you're probably going to go through, I feel like maybe they might change their minds. I think they just were misinformed and hanging around with the wrong crowd of people.
Thank you. So we just finished asking people about the pictures, and there were a lot of different opinions. I think one problem was that some people didn't fully understand the pictures, but what are you going to do?
I'm actually pretty surprised with how many people are actually aware about the topic of feminism and that they actually see it in real life situations.
Yeah, I mean, some people didn't get the point. Some people really did, and they agreed, and like they disagreed, and they had really good reasons as to why they disagreed, and I really liked that. I mean, I appreciated the amount of people who knew about feminism and they knew they knew the idea about it. So I like that.
So, thank you for watching.
Thank you.